Let's make suppli. Cuciniamo. Okay, so let's get started making these supplis. We first got to start out making the rice. And you have to use arborio rice. There's 1.5 cups of arborio rice. I'm going to make, this recipe should make about 12 supplis. I've got about 4 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. I'm going to need some extra virgin olive oil, about 2 to 4 tablespoons, that I'm going to pour in the pan. I've got 1 3/4 cups of tomato puree. Obviously, once we have chicken broth, you're supposed to use vegetable broth. If I don't have vegetable broth, I have chicken broth. So I'm using chicken broth. Salt and pepper to taste. And then when we put it all together, you need fresh mozzarella, some breadcrumbs. I'm using seasoned breadcrumbs. I don't have plain breadcrumbs. And 2 eggs that are scrambled, and 2 garlic cloves. That's going to go. You're not going to break these up. You're going to just put them in here. I'm heating up the pan with the 4 tablespoons of olive oil, putting the garlic in there, and then adding the tomato puree. I'm going to cook this for about 10 minutes. And then from there, that's when we're going to add in the rice. The broth right now is heating up because you need hot broth to pour into this so that the rice soaks up the broth. And that's it. Sometimes you see me with glasses, sometimes you don't. It's because if I'm looking at something or reading something, I need my glasses. If I'm not reading anything, then I take off my glasses. In this case, I have my glasses back on because I am reading from a recipe. Got my, I don't know what I did with it. My spatula holder. And this, as I said in a previous video, this is an appetizer that we would get at one of our favorite restaurants that have since closed down. Neighborhood friend, her and her husband owned the restaurant. They retired, so can no longer get it unless I find another place that makes them. This is a Roman type of rice ball, if you would say, like an arancini. But like I said, it's just made with rice. It's made with mozzarella cheese, and you bread it and you fry it, and that's it. And then you could use some marinara or a simple sauce to dip it in or pour it over and eat it that way. When this is done in 10 minutes, then I'm going to take out the garlic cloves because that's just to add flavor, and then I'm going to start adding in the rice. So that'll be another 8 minutes, and I'll get back. It's been 10 minutes, and now I'm going to add in the rice. I did remove the 2 garlic cloves, and I'm going to stir in the rice. I pray that this works. Seems like not a lot of rice. I'm going to stir that. And then let this cook for about a minute. And then I'm going to add in the broth, 1 ladle at a time, so that the rice cooks in it. And it's not supposed to be liquidy. When it's done, it's supposed to be firm. I am nervous with this because, like I said, it's my first time making it, and I don't want it to go to waste because it doesn't come out correctly. Okay, so now let's add one ladle at a time. Stir that in there. I'm going to err on the side of less is better. If I need to, I'll add more. So like I said, it was at 6 to 8 cups of broth, but I'm going to do the 5 or 6. Now here's my second ladle, which I'm hoping is a cup, may not be. That's mixed in. Let's do a third ladle. I'm going to get a measuring cup to make sure this ladle is 1. This is actually a little less than a cup. And this is my 4th. I don't know. All I see is it being liquidy. But then again, this is rice that you cook. I like the easy way, which is the minute rice. Takes 5 minutes. I'm not sure how long this is supposed to cook. And that was my 5th ladle. And I'm going to just do 1 more. Worst case scenario, if it's still liquidy, maybe I just add more rice to it. Okay, so just reading the instructions. So we just got to wait for this to cook, I guess. And once this cooks, I'll add some salt and pepper to taste, the Parmesan cheese, and then we'll let it cool off. So I'll see you in a bit. I heard the trash truck coming, the recycle truck, and I wanted to throw some things out. So I quickly went outside. And while I was out there, I come back in and kept this on the stove too long. So some of the rice burnt a little, but guess what? It's okay. It's going to be fried anyway. So now I'm mixing in Parmesan cheese, some salt, and a little bit of pepper. I'm going to take this off and let it cool, and then form oblong shapes and put the mozzarella in, and then coat them in the egg, and then put them in, roll them in, can't think anymore, roll them in breadcrumbs. So this took about actually 35 minutes, and I did have to use almost everything of the chicken stock or chicken broth. I'm going to put this in a bowl now, and I did cover the pan. I'm going to burn myself. So this is the rice. I'll let this cool off, and then form the balls. I think I'm actually going to put this, oh no, and just set it right here on the counter. And then I'll be back. All right, I think the rice is cooled down. Now going to make a Suppli. So apparently you take, supposed to make 12, right? So take it, I'm gonna make a couple of these, and then I actually think it's loose. I'm gonna put a thing of mozzarella in between, and then probably need to take some more. All right, so I don't know if it's not moist enough, if it's too dry, or what, because not sticking together like I would like it to. And this is what I was afraid of. Okay, well, let's see. I'm going to roll it in the egg. Then I'm going to roll it in the breadcrumbs, and it did fall apart. I'm not going as good as I thought it would be, but I think with the breadcrumbs, that's one of them. I'm actually going to finish all these because I don't need you to see me play around with trying to get this situated. I'll put it on a baking rack that's lined with parchment paper, and then I will continue to make them, and then I'll show you one that's fried. All right, well, I made them. I rolled them. I stuffed them with the mozzarella. I got 9. Could be that I made, put too much. It was getting easier because I realized maybe I needed to squeeze it like I was making a meatball to get the meat packed or to get the rice packed in this case. So I'm going to fry one up, see how it comes out. And this will be a test. So come with me to the stove and we'll fry one up. Okay, I believe the oil is done. I'm going to put one of these in here. Hopefully I don't burn myself. And let's see how this turns out. My first Suppli. Don't know how long it takes, but I guess just to brown and melt. I don't have a thermometer to test how hot the oil is. It says that it should be about 350, and to cook it evenly at 350. Not sure what it's on, because this is first attempt, and I'll get a thermometer that I can test the temperature. And I'll turn this. This is in vegetable oil, not olive oil. And depending on how well this comes out, may make it again or may not, but hopefully it comes out pretty good. And normally you serve this, like I said, with marinara, and enjoy it. It's really good. I can't tell if it's browning or if it's the rice. If the breadcrumbs are coming off. Wonder if I should have rolled it in flour first, then the egg, and then the breadcrumbs. I know that's what we do when we make our stuffed olives. We do roll the olive in flour, and then the egg, and then the breadcrumbs. This way it helps the breadcrumbs adhere better as well. So let me fry this up, and I'll come back on with the fried product. Okay, it's all fried up, as you can see. Let's cut it open and see if I met the expectations of how it should be. See if the mozzarella melted. Hopefully it did. So it did not melt. It may have been, probably should have fried it a little lower, slower, and then it would melt evenly. I think it cooked too much because of the outside, but nonetheless, I'm sure it's still good. It's hot. I mean, it's rice. Can't go wrong with rice. The mozzarella is soft. So if I cooked it slower and on an even temperature, I'm sure it would have come out perfect. But that's a Suppli. And on Christmas Day when I make them, I'll make them slower so they cook evenly and the mozzarella melts. Till then, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Buona Natale.